I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. I promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Montana Method podcast one more time. As always, your host, Nelson Rodriguez Jr., author of Montana Method. Very excited to have my special guest here with me today. Deanne, how you doing in the house?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege to be here.
Awesome.
I'm doing fantastical. I've had an amazing weekend in Miami. So
Welcome to Miami.
I'm just on one.
Yeah, she was here in LA for a few days, or from LA in Miami for a few days. And I had to take advantage. I was like, man, I got to catch her before she leaves, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank you for
awesome.
having me on and making time.
It's a pleasure, definitely. How was the trip?
Oh my gosh. Trip is, I'm leaving like on a whole different level.
That's awesome.
I went to that billionaire mastermind that my mentor, Wes Watson, was speaking at, and Jordan Belfort as well, the Wolf of Wall Street.
That's super cool.
And it was it's so powerful when you're in a room of like the big dogs. Do you know what I mean? Like the people that write the books that you read every fucking day. Like just to be like there, just to hear the conversations, the way they walk, the way they talk, like the tonality of their voices is just on a whole different level. You're just like, that's a king. Like that's the ruler of a fucking nation. It's just, yeah, I'm still on a high right now. I'm
super
just having
cool.
a high all weekend.
That's one of my favorite movies. The Wolf of Wall Street is such a cool movie.
That was an amazing
Yeah.
movie.
I learned a lot of good lessons from, and funny enough, I used to have a stockbroker, and that's a very small business. A lot of them know each other. I ended up meeting a guy. I personally know a guy. You know that scene where they throw the Rolex? You remember the movie where he's like, buy or fucking die. Ah! He's like hitting his head. And he takes his Rolex off and he throws it into the crowd. Well, in real life, when he threw the Rolex, one of the guys that was in the real room when that really happened, I know him. I know somebody that was in it.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's so dope.
It's crazy. Yeah. The stories he tells me from back in the day are pretty wild. You know?
Yeah, it was amazing to actually meet him. I watched the movie as well, and I followed him for a really long time. And there's something about when you do watch the movie that there's this like air about it, this inspiration about it, that one human being was able to create this mass amount of influence on an entire team to completely like dominate the motherfucking stock market.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm always intrigued by that, like the power. Even when you watch, when you hear about these cult leaders,
Yeah.
and I just be thinking, damn, like, you know, some of us can't, you know, some people can't even get a text back, let alone convince hundreds of thousands of people to drink Kool-Aid because the aliens are coming.
That's pretty wild. You can't get a text back. That's crazy. Yeah. I've been fascinated all my life with people with history and like people who were like powerful people who were able to get people to do these insane things like Napoleon or Julius Caesar, any of these guys who were able to get thousands or hundreds of thousands of people
to follow
and die for them.
Yeah.
Like believe. To me, I'm a big believer in vision. When you can paint your vision the right way, people will do anything for you. Once they buy into your vision, there's no stopping anybody. You know, that people who are able to communicate and paint a vision for other people, those are the people that change the world.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We could point to, it could be anybody. It doesn't even have to be a general or someone. It could be Gandhi, you know, Mother Teresa.
Freaking Walt Disney. He had a vision.
Yeah.
And he got turned down from bank after bank after bank. Everyone thought you're insane. You're going to make a place like with kids and cartoons. Like, that's insane. And it's like, to this day, everyone's the most, he said, I'm going to create the most magical place on earth.
Crazy.
And it is. Like you walk down the street, it's magical. The characters are magical. The ice cream is magical. The
fireworks,
rides are
the
magical.
castle, you know,
it's all magical.
You can't even, the way the employees treat you, everything at Disney is just
magical.
Magical.
And and it was just his vision. He wanted a place to go that would just make people fucking happy. And people love happiness.
Yeah. Disney is like this super joyous place, you know. Kids just go and they're like, "Oh my god, just go to Disney!" Oh my god, Disney! You know, they freak out. I remember being a kid and seeing Mickey Mouse for there. Oh my God. I look up and it's me. Mom, it's Mickey Mouse. It's really him. You know, to create a place like that. You know?
One of my first jobs I ever had when I was 19, for my daughter was, I think it was her first birthday. And there was a store, like a big balloon store down the street from where we lived. And the lady who owned it, her name was Barbie. And she was blonde, she was an old lady, but blonde, cute. She was all dressed up like a little fairy outfit. Her name was Barbie, and everybody knew her like from like the valley and everything. And I had walked in to get some balloons for, I think, her birthday or something. And she looked at me, and it was at the time that Pocahontas, the
movie,
the Disney movie had just got released. And I guess she does children's characters for birthday parties. So she looked at me and said, "Do you have a job?" And I was like, "No, like I'm an at-home wife, and I just had my daughter, and we're here for some balloons." And she's like, "Well, if you'd be interested, you'd make a perfect Pocahontas." And then she was like, "I'll give you $50 a party." And this is 28 years ago, $50. I mean, I didn't even work or anything. My husband did. I was well taken care of too. But I was like, I get $50 just to show up and go play with kids. Like, I don't get paid to take care of my daughter.
Right.
And I ended up, my first job ended up to being Pocahontas for children's birthday parties.
That's cool.
My abuelita had, I guess, lady would have given me $100 if I made my own costume and had like my own and like most of my stuff for it. So I had my grandma, I had my abuelita come, and she made we like by hand, she made a whole entire Pocahontas dress. We beaded the necklace. So like I authentically, and I've always had long straight black hair. I authentically look like Pocahontas.
That's really dope.
Yeah, so that was I loved it. I fucking loved it.
I've never met someone who played Pocahontas, so that's a first. That's cool.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like, and the little girls, seriously, when I walked in, I could only like kind of get like a snippet of what Elvis must have felt when women are like throwing their underwear and they're like fainting when he's out there. I mean, nobody threw underwear at me or fainted, but the little girls almost faint. They're like literally tears down their eyes, like, Pocahontas, how did you know my address and how did you know it was my birthday?
That's
like
so cool, man.
They're a whole like you can't even explain that. It's just like priceless.
Being able to do that for a kid is nuts. You know, being able to put that kind of smile on a kid's face, it's priceless.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in Miami, but my family's from Cuba. And Cuba, the situation in Cuba is not good. I was able to buy some baseball gear for my little cousin and send that over there and give it to my uncle so he can take it over there. They videotaped the kid when he got the baseball gear, and I just I couldn't watch the video. I was just because the smile on his face, you could tell he's never worn like a baseball outfit or anything, and it was nuts. You know, to be able to do that for a little kid is just like, because I've been a kid, and it's like my mom or my dad is like, oh, we don't have the money to buy that. So imagine just getting a surprise Christmas gift of the thing you've always wanted.
Yeah,
you know, and
you die,
right?
You'd pass out.
And that kid is a great baseball player. He loves baseball.
Wow.
So to be, get him like a glove and some cleats and some pants. And, dude, it was crazy.
They don't have that kind of stuff in Cuba?
No, Cuba. So Cuba is under a dictatorship, and it's been under a communist dictatorship for like 63 years now. So they deprive like the country of its resources and stuff.
Right.
So they basically, keep all the money for themselves. Don't really do anything for the people. It's a pretty sad situation. It sucks because Cuba would be a beautiful place,
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing.
It can be
stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be if you go to the right. Yeah. So there's some natural areas that have been preserved that are still pretty nice. Right? But yeah, and then Miami, of course. This is like LA for Mexicans. It's like Miami's for Cubans, right? Yeah. Were you born and raised in LA?
Yeah, born and raised. We're like the 5th generation.
Oh, that's
cool.
So
we're like really Mexican American.
Like super, like Chicano, right?
Yeah. There we go.
That's dope.
Yeah, because people speak Spanish to me, and I'm like, I can speak it pretty well, but not fluently.
Yeah, I get you.
And I actually speak it like a white girl, so I don't speak it often, but I can speak it.
You can speak it.
Yeah, I can cook killer Mexican food. Killer food,
what?
Oh my God.
Bro.
From scratch. Anything you want
Super
from
fire.
scratch. And, but because I was born in East LA, and that's kind of where I was raised. I have this little like chewing, like, hey, stupid man, dumb. Like kind of have that little chewing still sometimes.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking, people are like, oh,
you're
I can hear your accent. I said, what accent? They're like, your Mexican accent. I'm like, I don't fucking speak Spanish, bro. But I'm like, but because people. And they correlate East LA with Mexicans.
Mexican, yeah.
So because of the little chwing, they're like,
yeah.
oh, you speak Spanish.
No, down here, Spanish is the official language.
Yeah.
This is the independent country of Miami. Like this
Wow.
this is crazy. Yeah, down here it's different.
And you guys speak it fast. I'm always like, slow it down. I can understand it. I need to slow it down. Bring it down 3 notches.
Yeah, and our accent's very different from the Mexican accent for sure. So
yeah, very different.
Yeah. Have you had Cuban food?
We're about to tonight. Tonight is our Cuban night.
Where are you going?
Oh yeah, we love Cuban food. Oh yeah, what do you recommend?
Ooh, well, girl, I got you. I got your back.
Let me know.
I got your back. Yeah, I got you.
We're gonna go to Mango's maybe for like just the show tonight.
That's a fantastic show. You're gonna love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's over there.
My mom's with me too, so it'll keep her entertained.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a salsa show and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Mango's is nice.
And I dance a little salsa.
No, but you gotta go if you want some authentic Cuban food. You gotta eat around here before you go back to the beach.
Okay.
Because the beach is like the
Say
tourist.
less.
Yeah. That's like the equivalent of finding like a super fire Mexican food truck or something where the food is like, oh man, yeah, I got you. I'll shoot you some.
Yeah, no, Mexican food's a really hard thing to find in LA.
Is it?
Really hard thing.
No, not really.
Like it's hard. Like we always ordering food, like Mexican food, and every time I eat it, I don't understand who told this Mexican, you make good Mexican food, you should open a restaurant. There's no salt, not even like onion flavoring, garlic, nothing.
That's crazy.
I just taste like styrofoam. I don't get it. Like I don't get who told this person, this tastes great. Let's invest thousands of dollars into, because a restaurant costs a little bit of money to open.
Yeah, it does. No, Cubans, there's some good spots in town. Yeah,
Okay.
Cuban food. You have to eat Cuban food if you come to Miami.
Oh
right?
yeah,
That's
no, we always do.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few places I got you. I'll
Okay.
recommend a few places. Yeah, you
Perfect.
definitely gotta hit that up. But yeah, Miami, it's a subculture. It's just its own planet. You know, I can't leave this place. Every time, I've tried to live in other places very few times, and I've gotten so homesick. Like I get depressed. I get so sad.
Well, you know what? The sun here is just amazing. The weather's
yeah.
amazing. It's just,
for sure.
it's just. I know we're in the middle of moving right now, and literally I had an idea. Maybe we should go to Miami. She said, "Why did I thought about it?" So I was like, maybe it might be a possibility. It might not. But
Unfortunately, it got freezing cold on the weekend.
no,
you
it's
guys,
freezing. I know.
yeah, this is freezing cold for us. Like 60
Yeah.
degrees out for us is, dude. No, it's not.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's like the government's just like randomly playing like roulette with us. Like, ooh, let's give them a tornado, and they've never had one. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
let's,
crazy.
let's make it snow in Miami for fun. And they click the little, they control the weather with the little fucking button.
That's funny. That's pretty wild. So, Deanne,
Yes.
your story is super interesting,
Thank you.
and from this bit I've seen on social media and stuff like that. So, tell me a bit. I know obviously you just told me you had a daughter young. Tell me a little bit about like how you grew up, and then like your life, and we'll go from there.
Damn, how long do we have?
Oh, we got plenty of time.
I've been learning to try to put it to niche it down and niche it down. I've been through a lot, like a lot. So I've been through a lot. I think the question is, what have I not been through? Okay, born 1976 to a
good year.
Mexican mom, Mexican dad, and my mom had just lost her mom, so she was 18. And she was the baby of the family. So there's a lot of abandonment in my mom. And she got pregnant a year later, had me, and she made a vow like she was going to be the best mom ever, because her mom wasn't going to be there ever again. And she never wanted to abandon me. So my mom's just the most incredible mom ever. Like, just the love is just ridiculous, and how she showed up. She obviously met my father, got pregnant by that guy. And my dad's an alcoholic. My dad's Mexican. Everyone in his family is alcoholic. And we all suffered. It's genetic. We all suffer from a disease called alcoholism, and alcoholism ruins families. It scares children. And I grew up with a father who would get blackout drunk at least minimum 4 times a week. And he'd like to beat my mom. And he used to make me watch and say, your mom's a bad girl. Sit down and watch. And he would just pound on her in front of me. And I grew up. And it's interesting because I didn't know what anxiety was. When you're a little kid, you don't know what tells you what anxiety is. Like, no, my mom never put me in therapy. Like, it's just so mind-boggling how our parents, the lineages above us, the generational trauma that was passed down to her family, like a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. Like, they just repeat. It's like a vicious cycle, a toxic cycle, and nobody wants to break it. And yeah, I'm only 5 years old. All I know is my heart and soul tells me this shit ain't right.
100%.
And at that moment, at 5 years old, I said, I'm never, ever gonna put my fucking daughter through this. If any man ever fucking does this to me, I'm gonna fucking kill him, first of all. And second, like, I'm out the motherfucking door. Like, I would never let my daughter feel that motherfucking fear, that terror. You know, like, I remember, having to go hide in the motherfucking closet, and having to piss my pants because I didn't want to come out the closet because my dad was drunk out there. Me and mom were hiding in there, and he was so drunk he even forgot to look for us when he came home. And we would just wait till he falls asleep and passes out, and then we'd come out in the morning. But what 5-year-old kid, like why would anyone think that that's okay? So my dad drank my whole entire life, and every night I used to pray, dear God, like, please, when I wake up, can he be dead? Like, I prayed that every single day, like, please, can he be dead? And I used to beg my mom, like, come on, Mom. Like, I'd pack our little bags and be like, let's go. And she just never wanted to go. Never wanted to go. The nights when it would get really bad, we used to have our back window near the bedroom. She would pop the window open and she'd pop the screen off. And she'd have our bags packed outside of the window on the floor because my dad didn't come home by 7 p.m. Like, I just knew on the clock. But he was a little girl. Well, when the hand gets here, if he doesn't come home after that, I already know, like, you're going to hear the, like, drunk thing at 3 or 4 a.m. and that, hell's going to break loose. And then, so that was it. So by 8 or 9 p.m., I'd be, like, already, like, just fucking scared, And then I'd be like 12. My mom would be like, go to sleep. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to go to sleep? Like, I'm already prepared for that door. And then him coming blazing in and screaming like that's my... So I had anxiety at 5 years old. I was always fearful. I was afraid of confrontation. I've always been a people pleaser. Like, don't want to, like, walking on eggshells around people. The mediator, my mom's protector, because by the age of 9, we realized that if I stood in front of my mom, my dad wouldn't hit her. So now, every time that comes, like, I'm in, like, full-on warrior mode. Like, come on, let's go, Dad. Like, I get up and they're like, da, 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 and he'd just always back up off of me. And my mom would be behind me. And that was it. Like, forever, I'd always the mediator. So grew up, age 16, hated my dad. My mom never left him, so I was still stuck in this household with my dad. Hated my dad to death. And at 16, met my baby daddy, my soon-to-be husband. And he just got out of, like, a 4-year juvenile hall stint, right? So he has mommy issues. And I'm very mothering and very nurturing. And he was like, ooh, I love you. And he was very dominant and protective and, like... And my idea of protective, because I didn't know any better, I took him leading, his controlling, his possessiveness, and he wanted to be with me every day, and love bombing. That fucking felt good from a father who never told me he loved me. He never hugged me. He wasn't present. He was abusive. I was like, fuck, like, this is everything. Then that ended up in a very, very toxic relationship. And then now I'm repeating the cycle my mom went through. The few times it did get physical, I left. I was gone for years. He would go to therapy, beg his way back, love bomb until I take him back. So horrible, horrible marriage. And I filed for a divorce at 26 because we decided to give it like our last try. We were off and on for the 12 years. And I was like, okay, like, he's like, this is it. I'm not going to cheat. And he was a cheater. So this was always on him. But I always took him back. And finally, he was like, we were both like, let's have another kid. So 6 months pregnant with our next child. And I caught him with another girl. Like red-handed, caught him. And I just remember, like, we had an office building in downtown LA on the top floor. And at the time, we ran one of LA's top stripper, like home, like bachelor escort companies in LA. And, we had all these hot girls working for us. I knew everyone, but there was one girl that just never talked to me and kind of stood away. And I was just like a little suspicious. And he didn't come home one night. And I know him, but I know that motherfucker like the back of my hand. Like, I know you like the back of my hand. I drove straight down to the office. His car was outside downstairs. I came up through the back end, and I came in. It's my office too, so I came in with the car key, the house key, the office key, and he had like the top, we had like a top thing, like even if you open it, and he went, and I was like, open the motherfucking door. Who are you in there with? And I could hear him say, go. So there was multiple rooms. Like, so our room was like at the corner and you had to go through the other rooms to get it. So he's like, and lock the door. And I'm crazy. Like, I'm crazy. And that was it. And I was literally I would rather, like anything. He's lucky. Like, I did not physically have anything with me because I would have definitely gone to prison and caught a case, like without a doubt. And I was just pounding on the door. And I was like, and because he has issues with the cops, I was like, I'll call the motherfucking cops. Like, you got me fucked up. Open the motherfucking door. It's my fucking office now. So he opened it, but he slid his way out and he was holding me back. And mind you, I'm pregnant and I'm just like bombing on him.
Shit, I forgot you were 6 months pregnant. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm just bombing on him. I'm screaming like at the top of my motherfucking lungs. I have like mucus coming down my nose and my eyes because I'm swollen.
That's
and I'm
crazy.
just like, how can you do this to me? Like, you didn't have to fucking come back. Like, I told you, leave me the fuck alone. I'm like, I didn't want to fucking be with you. You gave your word, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you tell that motherfucking bitch, you get out here and you fucking leave. I'll let her fucking leave. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. And I said, you're going to choose whoever the fuck that bitch is over me and the baby? And he's like, you're overreacting. Go home.
Overreacting, huh?
And I literally, right there, I just like, I swear to God, that split second, everything turned off for me. It was that one moment. It took 12 years. It was that one moment right there. God literally was like, whew, like everything I ever felt was like out the door. Wow. And I just stopped and I was just like so exhausted. The whole time I was still around you, I'm still fighting with him. Right. I wasn't going to I was like, okay, well, fuck it. Like, you're going to have to choke me out or I'm going to have to get arrested because I'm going to keep fucking you up until something happens. Like, I'm not going to stop. And literally at that moment, like, I just like I just like had it. Like, I just had it. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. Like, I've been doing that with him for over 12 years. And I just looked at him and I was just like, And I just like walked off like really quiet. And I know at that point, he even was like, oh, fuck. Like, she's walking away like quiet. Yeah. So either that I was going to go get a shotgun and come back or like something.
Right. Something happened,
that was it. Like everything, like from that moment on, like the pain I felt, like the heartbreak I felt. Like I mean, everyone has their trauma. So if you could like imagine the most painful moment of your life and you're just living it over for like so over time. And I ended up going to have an illegal abortion because you can't have one past 5 months because I was angry. And a few weeks later, after the anger left, it was like my biggest regret, you know, and I was like so mad at myself. And I was like, the decisions I make when I'm angry. You know, like there was no sound mind in any way. And that was it. I just drank. I wanted to drink. I didn't want to feel anything. Like everything hurt. Him, my dad, like I was just like, I couldn't take it. I just never wanted to feel. I literally was like, can I just drink myself to death? Like, is that possible? Like, let's try this. And I drank every single day nonstop. That turned to drugs. The drugs made it fun for a while. You know, like alcohol stops working. Like no matter how much you drink,
You got to move on to other things.
it stops fucking working.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the pain comes back. Like the alcohol stopped fucking working.
Not enough
What's
anymore.
next?
Yeah.
Oh, you have some, you know, you had ecstasy. Cool. You know, you can't do ecstasy every fucking day. So like, what else is next? You know, GHB, ketamine. What else is next? And then there was crystal meth. And crystal meth, you could drink for 3-4 days straight.
Wow.
And not black out. And I'm a blackout drinker. So I thought, oh, I can manage my drinking if I do crystal meth. Because I can still function.
That's a hell of a deductive reasoning, like
Yeah, I'm an
critical
addict.
thinking skills.
Yeah, right. I'm an addict.
crazy.
That's the mentality of an addict. Like, how can I've tried so many times to control it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I drink on the weekends, or I only drink wine, or well, I only be beer, and only on holidays, and you know, well, I'll only have one drink, and you know, well, I won't have tequila because that one makes me crazy. I only drink vodka. It's like, as an alcoholic, you're always trying to control it. Versus, first of all, what are we drinking for? There's an underlying cause here that you're drinking. It's the underlying cause that's the issue. It's not all the shit I'm putting over it. So, went through fucking drug binges, crazy shit, and ended up overdosing. Alcohol poisoning was normal for me. Like alcohol poisoning was a normal day for me. Normal day for me. And I didn't get sober because I hit rock bottom and I said, oh, I surrender, God. God took me out. God was like this bitch that and it's my mentality too. Like if I'm fighting to the death. So even my husband would know, like, I need to lock her unconscious or she has to be taken out in handcuffs. I'm not going to stop. Whatever I'm doing it full force. And that's just how I drank. And that's how I did drugs. And God knew I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to stop. Like, I fucking loved it. Like, I always have like, I didn't have an experience where I was like, oh my God, I hated to feel it. I fucking loved it. I was on a different fucking planet. I was numb the fuck out. I didn't once have to feel or think about the divorce, the abortion, or my dad. Get it? Up to this point, I'm still numb the fuck out. So I haven't dealt with anything because I don't have to feel it. What a wonderful fucking feeling. Who wouldn't want to fucking feel it? Sex, like everything was a huge addiction for me. And during my last overdose, I went home. I think I was like a week there and I started getting the horrible withdrawals. 2 weeks in, I was getting shakes. I felt like I was having heroin withdrawals and I couldn't figure it out. So I tried to have a few more, like I tried drinking, and every time I would even take like the first sip, I'd have like, my panic attack would get like 10 times bigger. And I was like, fuck, I couldn't, before you have a drink to bring your nerves down, nothing was bringing it down.
The opposite. Yeah.
Yes, nothing. GHB, I would try GHB, same thing, ketamine. Everything I tried ingesting was making it 10 times worse. And have you ever had a panic attack?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's hell. Like you sincerely feel like
and it's
you're
self-induced.
yeah,
It's crazy.
and you feel like you're dying. So the fact that I felt like I'm dying, I had to physically stop doing it because the fear of dying and was scary. So I always had people I still didn't get it. I tried and I continued to try for the next 3 to 6 months to drink and do drugs. And every time I tried, I'd have this panic attack and it would go 10 folds and I'd be like 911 and they knew me by heart. 911 in the city
Like,
of Hollywood.
The paramedics show
got-
up and they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's Deanne again." Oh my god,
Literally, Miss Munoz. Miss Munoz.
that's
And
funny.
I'm like, no, this time I'm dying. I swear to God, you guys gotta come. And they always
I'm
come.
imagining the paramedics. Oh my god, here we go again. It's this lady again. That's funny. That's funny.
Man, it got so out
wild.
of control. It got so crazy. I was angry. I was so freaking angry that I couldn't get high or drink. And then I felt I was so out of control. Now I feel powerless. Now I hit rock bottom because during this time period, I'm out of control. Like I can't control anything anymore. And nothing was working. I didn't know how to operate without drugs or alcohol. I had no idea how people went to the market sober. I always had like a drink, like in a little flask. Like I'd be down in it. They're like, I just didn't know. Like I didn't know how people fucking survived. So I was having a really hard time, and I ended up was like, well, let me get a trainer. Got a trainer, and I would have such bad panic attacks even driving to the gym. But I knew I had to work out, and he was hot, so I was like,
So that helped.
yeah, this is gonna work
That
out.
helped a little bit.
So, he was flirting and he was like, I'm sober. And I was like, I never heard that word. Mexicans have never heard the word sober.
You never knew what that meant.
Sobriety, Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA. Never in my life, like my family even talk about it. And
It's wild.
yeah, and he was like, I'm sober. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, I don't drink. And I was like, oh, I don't drink either. And I was like, but not my choice. I'm like, every time I try to drink it, I have a panic attack. And he's like, well, isn't that a sign? I'm like, of what?
That you shouldn't drink, right?
Yeah. And it still didn't hit me. Like, it still didn't hit me like I was an addict, because I thought heroin addicts were addicts. I didn't think that I was an addict because I
Alcoholics
wasn't
were,
doing
yeah,
it. Yeah, I didn't
exactly.
understand any of that because everyone in my family was. And he introduced me and said, you sound like a fucking alcoholic and addict. He's like, well, do you want to go to these meetings with me? And I was like, what is it? He's like, Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm like, what is it? He goes, we go and we talk about it. We introduce us. I'm like, I got to talk to people? I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. I'm like, and this is weird. I'm like, I don't think I'm an alcoholic. So I went to my first meeting with him, and I was literally sitting there like, holy fuck, like, I'm in a circle. I'm in a room of motherfuckers that think like me.
Like you, yeah.
Like, they were all the craziest motherfuckers. And I was like, I felt like I could breathe for the first time. Like, I felt like I'm at home. Like, other people understand me. And when I started talking and I found out that, I had to get to the underlying issues of my drinking, and when I had to go back and realize, like, oh, damn, like, I was just a broken-hearted little girl. So I needed to go back, and I had to go, do the inner work to forgive my ex-husband, to go back and forgive my dad. That was a constant. Like, I'm always working on that one with my dad, and even with him. And I had to learn. My nickname was the demon.
Holy shit.
Because after my marriage, I just became so evil. Like, I was like the evilest, toxic, most vindictive girl. The same way I drank with the vengeance, and the same way, like, I'm going to fight till the death. Like, when that whole incident, that moment with my ex-husband, and I shut down, literally, like, it was like 10 bulletproof walls went doom, 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 doom. And I was just like, fuck men, fuck the world. Like, I was just angry. Like, I would be dating 5 guys at one time, and I wouldn't give a fuck about any of their feelings. Like nothing. Like, I was just so cruel to men. I was just so angry, and I'd just be like, what? You don't like it? Stop dating me. Like, I'm saying so and so and so and so and so and so. I just was just so ruthless.
That old saying is true, man. Hell hath no fear like a woman scorned. That's
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, the movie, The Angry Black Woman. It's called The Angry Black Woman by Tyler Perry. By Tyler Perry. I saw that movie. I cried the whole movie because I was like, oh my God, that's
who
me.
you were.
That's exactly who I was. And when I got sober, when you remove the alcohol, when you remove the drugs, when you remove all the fucking band-aids, the temporary vices that weak-ass motherfuckers, because I was a weak-ass motherfucker who was too fucking afraid to feel little fucking broken heart feelings, that I ran like a motherfucker. When you remove the alcohol, that's really all you're dealing with. And I was broken. I was weak. And like, I was like a little pussy. Like, I'm so scared of my little feelings. Like, I'm going to run. Like, that's really how I look at it now. Like, now it's not a big deal. And I'm like, what? Bring it on. Like, oh, you broke my heart. Big fucking deal. I'm going to go cry now. I'm going to go cry about it. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to go heal. I'm going to pray. And I'm going to move on. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gave me the tools. I didn't,
like a system to overcome that.
Yeah, no one gave me like a toolbox on life. I was taught, you don't speak up. We don't communicate. We don't talk about our feelings. And the few times I did, like the next morning after my dad would beat my mom's ass and her face would be bruised and he'd be like, what happened? Because he'd be in a blackout.
That's nuts.
And I'd be like, you fucking fucker. You fucking do that to my mom. I fucking hate you. Like, I went at it. My mom never spoke up either. But there was times too, like, and then, yeah. So I spoke up as much as I could. I normally didn't. But when I did, I'd be like, fuck you. I didn't have any tools. Like, nobody taught me anything. So when I got sober and you get a sponsor and, you have somebody else that explains this to you, like, you get to communicate, people listen. I'm like, no one listened to me my whole life. I don't talk because no one ever listened to me. And I got to go back and I got to rewrite my story. I got to rewrite the meaning that I gave to those events.
Because the meaning's yours.
Yeah, because my dad, gave the event like, no man's ever going to love me. I'm unlovable. No man's ever going to listen to me. No man's ever going to protect me. No man's ever going to lead me or guide me. And then with my husband, same thing. I'm not good enough to love. I'm not good enough to be wanted by one guy. I'm not sexy enough. I'm not pretty enough. Like, there was just so many, limiting beliefs behind those events. So when I went to go back and say, no, these people were ill. They had a sickness. It had nothing to do with me.
Yep.
I really got to go back to the 16-year-old Deanne. I used to go to Bible study and I used to lead my, like a young girl's Bible study. I went to youth group. Like, I was like a born again Christian and like I was so into God. And when I got pregnant, the church kicked me out.
Oh, wow.
And when that happened, I was like, well, fuck you, motherfuckers. I never prayed ever again, from throughout my entire marriage, even up until our divorce. And not until, I think we were like, it was 6 months into sobriety. And it was one evening that I was on my couch. And mind you, I had panic attacks. I hadn't gone to work. I was completely broke. I was eating tuna cans. Like, that was my lunch. Like, I had no money for anything. And my daughter was in the back room. And I was sitting there. And there was just like, I was so frustrated that I couldn't control anything. And there was an event and a moment and a circumstance where all of a sudden, like, I'm just looking forward and I'm just having like these like horrible thoughts. And there's these like black, like shadow, like claws coming over me and like literally engulfing me. And over it, there's like a demon's face. And it's coming over me this way and it's like pushing me down. So all the room, mind you, my eyes are open. I'm sober, ain't I? I'm not a coke. Like, I'm not on a good one. And all of a sudden, I'm just sitting here. All the lights in the room go black. And there's demons in front of me. And everything's black in the room. I could kind of breathe. And all I keep hearing is, kill yourself. Kill yourself, kill yourself. And the voice was fucking loud. And there's like almost like a little cartoon. Like, I guess kind of how, like, I was this little, like, I was like this little, like, in a dark fucking like cavern or something. And I could hear these echoes, kill yourself. Like, that's all I could see. I wasn't in the room anymore. I couldn't see light or anything. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, I don't really understand. And I was like, what do I do? Like, should I try to go grab the like, do I grab the phone and call 911 and say, like, I'm like, I don't know, like, somebody needs to come get me? Do I call my mom? Like, I can't call baby daddy because, like, he's just a narcissist, so he's not even gonna be like, yeah, you should do it. You know what I mean? And I was literally like in there, and the voice was getting louder and louder and louder, and I was like this little, and all I was like I was literally like, I'm gonna die, and in that moment, I was so desperate, like I had no control here. It was the first time I ever said, God, I fucking need you. And I swear I was so scared I was going to take my life. The voice was so fucking loud. And I knew I was going to win. And then I just had to say, God, like, I'm not going to make, I knew I wasn't. And then that second I said, God, whew, I was back in the room, and I literally was like, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And I just started crying. I dropped on the ground. I put my arms up, and I said, I can't do this without you, God. And from that moment on, like, everything just went, just skyrocketed in my life. Like, everything in that moment. Fuck. I'll never forget that. It was a fucking scary ass fucking demon. That motherfucker he was in my head. And fast forward, I ended up stripping. So my ex-husband, he's always cheating on me with strippers and porn stars. And mind you, I was like a born again Christian. I was a virgin when I met him. Like, he's the only man I ever slept with. Like, I was just the most naive, gullible victim, perfect victim for him. So when things got out of it, I was like, when I'm out of here, I'm like, I'm going to go fucking strip at that motherfucking strip club with all those bitches. Like, I'm going to be on this motherfucking stage. So I walked straight into the club. Mind you, never had a job in my life other than Pocahontas. That's the only job I had in my life.
You went from Pocahontas to stripping. That's a big.
I walked straight
jump.
during the thing, and I remember, and I didn't drink either. I never drank because my dad drank, and I said, I don't ever want to fucking be like my dad. I think I was maybe like 23. I walked straight up to the bartender, and I said, I don't drink. I don't even know what to drink. I'm about to get on that stage and audition, and I said, I just need something sweet. So I don't know what he gave me. I downed the whole drink and literally went on stage, and I put Santana Black Magic Woman on. And back 20 years ago, the strip club, it was just one girl on one stage. And the strip clubs back then were like jam packed with people, and people had money back then. And it'd be like a whole show, like the lights turned down, and then it was like, got a black magic woman. And I remember just getting on stage and just fucking letting loose. And there was like my first time ever making my own money too. And there was money being thrown at me, and I was like, that's a lot of fucking money. And I thought, because I didn't have a car, he controlled everything. I was so controlled financially. We'd have big old fights, and he'd be like, you can't fucking leave me. I pay for all your shit, bitch. And I'd be like, So I remember, like, in that moment, I saw like freedom. Like I get to leave him. There's men here. They like me. I feel lovable. I'm getting attention, and I'm getting fucking paid for it. So hence the drinking, obviously, boom, ended up getting into porn. Got into porn. And porn was, I want to say, was like my kind of way out of everything. I didn't get into porn until I was 32. This is way after him, way after, he was like, what's your husband think? And I'm like, dude, we were like 10 years divorced by that time. Like, he didn't have a say-so on anything. Got into the adult industry. And the adult industry is actually what gave me balls. I grew some balls. I learned to speak up. I learned for the first time, like, I have fucking power as a woman. Do you know what I mean? Because for so long, I was just quiet and I played small. But becoming Kiara Mia, like becoming in the public eye, and in porn, like, you gotta set motherfucking boundaries. Otherwise, the director's gonna try to fuck you. The videographers are gonna try to fuck you. The audio people, like, And then I ended up becoming such a huge name. You know, when you walk into rooms, people are like, oh, do. So it was the first time I learned I have power. I wasn't the sit over there, you can't talk, you're never going to be heard. And then my ex-husband, nah, you can't drive, you can't do nothing, just sit here until I tell you, you know, to bark. Boom. So when I got into the industry and I learned what? I get to control, like, I don't have to fuck or suck anyone's dick to fucking, you know, get on film. The director, a lot of times the directors try to like tell the new girls, well, I'll get you new scenes, give me a blowjob in the freaking bathroom. You know, and immediately I knew like that's not how it works. I'm a grown, like 30. I went at 32. I knew the game, so they'd be like, "You want more scenes?" I'm like, "Not by you, bro. Like I haven't like, I don't need to do anything for anyone." So I just learned all of a sudden to just like, I had worth. I was valuable, and I walk into rooms at that point and be like, "I own the motherfucking room. Do you know who I am, director? I'm Kiara Mia. I'll walk off this motherfucking set." You're hiring me. You need me. The supply is for Kiara Mia, not just some Latina big group. The supply was for Kiara Mia. So it's the first time I started putting value on the way I walked, the way I talked, like my interaction with people. Like I wasn't giving anymore. Like I didn't give no freebies to anybody. And I learned to set boundaries for the first time in my life. And it felt really empowering. And it felt so strong. And then also like, shit, I have a mom body. You know, I have the mommy stretch marks, you know, the titties hang, the ass, like I have a mommy body. And going into the industry, not one of my fans gives a fuck. You know, oh, cellulite, not a big deal. You know, stretch marks, not a big deal. You know, if I was a little chunky, not a big fucking deal. And I learned I'm lovable just the way I am. People are gonna like I'm your person or I'm not. There's the blonde girl. There's the girl that looks 18 years old. There's the girl that looks 14. There's, you know, the big black girls. Like there's such a big industry. I really learned the people that love me are my people. That's it. You know, like another girl's fan base, like there's no competition. Like your vagina looks like your vagina. Like my vagina is never gonna look like your vagina. The way she moans, I'm never gonna moan. I just really learned I'm gonna be loved for me by my people. That's it. Like by my like soul clients, like my soul people. They're just gonna love me for me exactly the way I am. Yeah. And so I always say porn for me was the opposite. Like it did me really good. I learned to set boundaries. I learned to speak up. I learned to be seen. I learned to be big. I learned to stand up for myself. And I learned to hold myself to a certain caliber, because even when there's these big porn conventions, you know, girls are little bikinis and guys are grabbing their titties and ass. Try to lay a hand on me. So I had a very strict rule: no touching me. You want a photo? No touching. And I would always wear like a long, beautiful, classy dress. I never wore booty shorts. I never wore a bikini. And I always sat and they'd be like, oh, can I grab your titties? I'm like, no, you can't grab my titties. But, you know, you can put your arm around my waist and keep it at my waist. I'm going to take a nice picture. And I'd be like, just very vanilla, very clean. So I just always held myself at a certain standard. And to me, that felt very empowering. What I knew a lot of other girls couldn't. You know I didn't have to be more for my fan base to come. I was being less. Get it? Like I showed less, but I was still being
less
Kiara
is more.
Mia. So it's really interesting because that's how I showed up at every convention. You know, like I was always like fucking classy dress, hair and makeup, like everything fucking bougie. Like I was the bougie girl. Like I'm bougie, I'm classy, and I'm gonna sit here and act it. So don't take me out of character because I'll handle shit. And I ended up getting to the height of Kiara Mia. You know, like I already had the biggest name. I opened up my own production company called Risque Films. I started producing and directing my own films. I produce and direct the porn parody for the Kardashians, and it was called Keeping Up with Kiara Mia instead of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I hired everybody. We did the whole spoof, the Kanye spoof, the Lamar Odom spoof. Like I had a writer come in, like, and I had a great time directing it and everything. And at that point, I was like, I can do anything. I really was like, like I could fucking do anything. Like I'm at the top of the industry. I have my own production company now. Like I'm filming, I'm producing my own stuff. Like I have other people working for me. And I'm like, okay, but this is the end of it. Like there's nowhere to really go. You can't go anywhere other than just keep shooting more movies. And at that point I said, okay, well, what do I really want to do? I have unlimited resources, right? I'm famous. I know a lot of fucking famous people. I know directors, I know writers, rappers, I know government officials, I know I know lots of fucking people. So I'm like, I have resources, I have free time. Like, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do for a living? And I had no idea. Like for a year, I remember praying and being like, God, like, come on, bro. Like, I have money to spend. Like, let's invest it. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I ended up breaking my foot. My left foot ended up breaking. We call it it was a defining moment. I broke my foot. And that whole month, I ended up losing like $80K in bookings and work because I was laid out with a fucking broken foot. And, I remember that whole month I was like, holy fuck, like what if there's an emergency, whatever happens, like, and I can't be shooting porn anymore. Like, what would I do with my life? Like, what other skills do I have? And at that time when I was like, it's been a year, like I haven't figured out what I want to do, like nothing's sticking in my soul. And my best friend said, hey, this weekend I'm going to a retreat. It's like find your soul's mission on Friday. And I said, shut the fuck up. I go, I've been praying about this. And she says, shut up. And I'm like, but my foot's broken. Can you pick me up? I go, I don't got to come like with my crutches. She's like, yeah, I'll pick you up. We went here. We learned. So we did a whole bunch of things. And in it, she said, there was like a psychic reader, like as a guest throughout it. And at the end of it, and she's like, and I've been watching you all day today. And I was like, oh Lord, like, hi. And she said, that wasn't no accident. She's like, God needed you to slow the fuck down. So I don't know what you do or who you do, but I just see you go. You do a lot. She's like, but God's been trying to talk to you, but you haven't slowed down to listen. She's like, you're going to slow down now. And I was. And I remember being angry about this. Like, what the fuck, God? Like, I had so much work to do that month. And so after that, we did a little process of, like, if you could get paid any amount of money to do anything you loved, what would you do? And it was given a pen and paper, and we had 30 seconds to write down whatever we could. And the first thing I wrote down was... I don't know what exactly I wrote, but I think it was like a motivational speaker or healer. Motivational speaker, healer. Second one was director. Third one was writer. And that was it. I didn't even feel the rest of it. I had to put my head up, but everybody was still writing. And I was like, what? People know what the fuck they want. But hence, that was 10 years ago. So a year later, I ended up signing for a life coaching class. Changed my fucking life. You have to do it first. So I did this class first. It was a 3-month process. Changed my life. I got my mom. My mom did it. Changed her life. I got all my best friends into it. The guy I was dating. I got everyone to do this program. And it was so powerful and it was so life-changing. I remember telling the lady that helped me, and I told her, the amount of transformation you've given me, my mom, and my friends, I'm like, I want to give that to other people. I want to see people walking in with that, just that darkness in their eyes. And I want that moment when that light turns back on. I'm like, that's like right there. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to help people turn that light back on their eyes, that hope, that love, like just like that flush blush feeling back in someone's face, like that joy. I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to give people their life back. I was like, how do we do this? And that's exactly how we got here. I enrolled for their trainer program. It was a 1-year program, did the program. And then from there, I ended up hiring a business coach, Stacia Pierce, and this is another beautiful moment. So mind you, I'm on social media, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I want to find a business coach. Like, who are women? Like, I don't have any women friends, so how do we do this? So I hashtagged life coach for women. And I went through a whole bunch of people's, and mind you, a lot of white women with like business suits on, or white Christian women. I'm like, no. And then there was this like beautiful, like voluptuous, like gorgeous black woman, like, you know, like a pastor kind of woman. And she's like on her things kind of like with that, like with this soul feeling, you know, like her energy. And she's just like she's preaching and she's a life coach. And I was like, her page was pretty. It was pink. It was full of life. And I was like, okay, I get along with her. Like, I just felt this calling. So she happened to be in LA and was like, hey, I'm going to be in LA for a 1-day training. And I said, and I signed up and I was so nervous. When I get there, I sit in the back of the room, like all the way in the back. And I get there late and I like sit in the back. And then we're like 10 minutes and she's like, okay, if you're new, raise your hand. So we kind of raise your hand, think I'm gonna get a free gift or something. She's like, now stand up. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna stand up. But everybody next to me saw me raise my hand. So everybody was standing up. And she gave everybody the mic and she's like, okay, now everyone tell me where you're from, how you heard of me, and what you do for a living. And I was like, okay, just sit here. I've never been in a room with business women. I've been a stripper my whole life and then a porn star. So I was just like, oh man. And all I see is all the women around me all have like Chanel purses, you know, they have Rolexes on, they have these fucking crazy ass wedding rings. And I was like, are all these girls strippers too? Like, I've never seen I've never seen women
That's
have
funny.
that kind of stuff
Oh
that
my
weren't
God.
strippers or porn stars. Like, I didn't know women like that.
Perspective is a powerful word in the English language, let me tell you. Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, wow, this is so cool. And then I start hearing everybody's like, hi, you know, I'm Miss Agatha and I'm from, I'm the, Pastor Edward's wife. Thank you for being here. I'm excited. And the next woman's like, hi, I own a dog grooming company and my name is so-and-so. And this is where I came. Next girl's like, yeah, I own a daycare. Every fucking job had nothing to do with taking their clothes off. Like, they were going down the aisles and I was like, holy fuck, women made money off these regular, like, I was so mind boggled. Like, it was a huge shift. And again, in my belief system, what's that word? Not proximity is power. But when you're in a room of people, like I'm learning new things. Like I was literally like, this is insane. Like I've never seen that. Every woman going down the aisle had a legit, like a daycare.
Paradigm shift.
Yeah. And like there's a daycare and another one was like a real estate. Another one was a hair girl. And I was literally like, holy fuck. And they were getting closer to me and I was like, oh shit, like what? I'm like, do I just skip over like what I do for a living? Like what do I, and I was literally sitting there like, I started getting nervous and I was like, fuck. But I'm so transparent. And I was literally like, and what did I learn in porn? Be me. I have mommy stretch marks. I have mommy, my titty's a little saggy. My ass is like, after you have kids, everything is a little bit saggy. Like, and I was literally like, I still went out there and owned it. And I was like, I'm going to do the same thing here. And mind you, half the women that did stand up were pastors' wives. And everybody in the room now I can hear, I guess her husband's a pastor, right? The lady, Stacia Pierce. And I was like, okay. So the people next to me were like, oh, she raised her hand. And I was like, fuck. So I stand up. I'm like, hi. You're just like, your throat's cracking. And I'm like, hi, I'm Deanne Munoz. I saw you from Instagram. I said, and I want to be a life coach. Like, I want to help lead people. I said, I don't know where to begin, how to start. I know this is what I want to do. I follow your page. I've been following you for a long time now. I go, and I would love to do what you do. I go, so this is what I'm here for. And then on my way sitting down, I said, and I do porn for a living. I do porn for a living. And I said, so I'm glad to be here. And I literally sat there and I actually felt embarrassed and I felt less than, and I really felt undeserving. And I was like, I feel so uncomfortable. Like it felt so uncomfortable on my skin. Like my skin was like crawling off. And then the women in the room all stood up and they gave me a round of applause. And they said, you're in the right place. Welcome. And they all gave me a hug. And I was like, like, imagine if I wouldn't have been transparent and I wouldn't have said, this is my story. This is where I'm at. I might be the underdog right now. I might have a past that you might not agree with, but this isn't my story. Like I'm trying to rewrite it. This is what I'm here for. And it's like every woman in that room heard that part. She's here to rewrite it. Like no one judged me. No one cast a stone. Like no one put me down. Like they just had so much belief and faith and they didn't even know me. And from that moment, like I've been creating, Deanne Marlene Munoz. My page isn't Kiara Mia. I'm Deanne Marlene Munoz. I've gone through, a few marketing coaches. I've been to, I trained with Tony Robbins. I've trained with Les Brown. I've trained with like the biggest names in the industry. And then, now I'm with Wes Watson and like I'm in it, I'm in it now. Like I'm creating the content and,
your content is A1. Let me tell you, I love it. Your videos are so short and to the point, and
thank you.
Every time you see one of them, I'm just like, you have a gift of like bringing a concept that's very abstract and just bringing it to like a simple way for someone to understand it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's one of my superpowers.
Yeah.
Because I always explain too, so like when I'm in these big coaching programs, people use really big vocabulary and words. And then a lot of stuff is science and like quantum
psychology
physics.
And all that.
And I've taken the courses and I still don't know any of the big fancy words. But I understood
the concepts, right?
Yeah, and because for me, I think everything is like pictures and drawings and cartoons. Like the way I think, I'm very creative. Like everything's like energy. So I kind of create like this. Remember those little boards with the little lights? What were those little boards called? It was a board and it had
like the little things you plug in.
Yeah. Oh,
I know what you're talking about. It's yeah, but I know with the little LEDs, the little ones you plug in.
Yeah, so
they have
that's
different
how
colors.
that's how I get my visions, like, and how I see things. So when I explain things to people, because if somebody says, because the circumference and the pi, and I'm literally like, what, bro? But if you're like, get a circle, run around it 5 times, do a backflip through the middle to get from the north to the south, I'm like, oh, I got that. I can do that. So for me, things are just very like, I need shit simple, to the point.
Right,
Don't give me no fluff and fold. Like I need like, boom, do this. Oh, I could do that. Don't tell me all outside why I should do it or how I should do it, who invented it. Just tell me what if I can do it, and I'm going to go do it. So
right.
I just try to get, from point, people
Point
go to
A
A to
point B.
Z. I'm like, I'm not going to take you through all the rest. I'm just going to literally like hop over. Like we're going to be a bunny rabbit and jump. Boom, boom. That's the only way I know how to explain things. So that's why I feel like the people who are going to come to me, they're going to be the same way. Like they're going to be like, that was easy. She made that sound so easy. And I'm 100%. Like, it was. Everybody complicates shit.
Yeah, 100%. And in a world where everybody wants to sound smart, when you just meet a person who just tells you like it is, and it's not, doesn't try to be this fancy picture of a person, and it's just like, this is who I am, and it's raw, and you get what I'm saying, so I'm just going to keep saying it this way, you know what I mean? So I like that. I'm a person that I've done a lot of work on myself too. I come from pretty humble beginnings, and I've read the books and I've done all this stuff. But for the most part, I've noticed that people relate to people like them. You know what I mean? It's not about like being polished and wearing a suit and being this articulate guy who never messes up. It's more like just being real with people. I'm a normal guy who started a podcast, and this is what I want to do for a living. And I hope a couple of you guys get inspired when you watch this. That's really why I do this.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's crazy because social media, as you know by now, can be pretty nauseating. I run into people who fake it, but like fake it on a god level. Like I'm talking about, bro. I meet people who spend like, I'm talking about they're spending their whole paycheck on clothes and like bullshit, and just to put up this facade on social media, like, oh, this is who I am.
Right.
And I'm the opposite. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. You know what I mean? What I care about is this, like real interaction with real people, getting to hear their stories, and having a platform where people get to see that.
Right.
Get to find somebody who they can relate to, and it's like, man, she went through all that shit. What the fuck am I complaining about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She went through all that shit. She found her calling. She's doing what she loves. She looks like she's really happy. So if she can be happy, why the fuck can't I be happy?
Right.
That's what matters to me. All this, this fake, super fake world we live in, I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't care what people think of me. You know what I mean? I'm just real. And I like that about you. You're real, man. You could feel it when I talk to you. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
There's no, you don't have to I don't have to guess you. People don't have to guess me.
Yeah.
It's just,
as
a
coach, if you want to be a successful coach, you know what I mean? It's there has to be that transparency.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like you said, those fake coaches,
bro, oh my God.
The fake people, they're they're reaping their harvest. They've been sowing dishonesty. They've been sowing deceit. They've been sowing lies. So their whole life, people can see the lies except them.
100%.
But other people that live lies are going to follow them because people, like
attracts like.
They're like, oh, he's a liar. I'm a liar. We don't ever have to be real with each other. I'm going to have you as my coach.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get a motherfucking coach that's raw, to the point, like, bam, like gangbang your soul. Like, I'm going to tell you this right now. Blah, 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 blah. You're like, oh, there's a lot going on.
100%.
But to me, like, I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. Like, I'm a crazy motherfucker. Like, the little soft foo-foo coach, it doesn't work for me. Fake people definitely can't work for me, And I need I need somebody who's just raw, transparent, and like is gonna keep it walking fucking real with me.
100%.
And that's the way I coach.
I always say something, and I think you'll agree with me. I think honesty is the highest form of respect you can show another human being. Because
100%.
if you're considering them and you care about them, you'll always tell them the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or how hard it is. Because you probably know it's harder than a motherfucker sometimes to tell the truth, man.
Oh, you know what? It's easy now. It's easy now, and especially now that I have Coach I'm Coach Deanne now, because none of my friends will hit me up for advice when they need me to co-sign something. When they're doing something that they know Deanne's going to lay out the fucking truth, I swear they won't call me. Like, all of a sudden I'll hear some drama and I'm like, I didn't hear about that. And I'm like, oh, that's why you didn't tell me, bitch, because you knew I would have called you on that shit. Because that same thing, like, I love my friends, but I'm not going to let them be less than a fucking amazing person. So when they're being a shitty person, I'm going to say something like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're fucking the fuck up. Da-da. And honestly, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that.
Yeah, people... Instead of, it kind of goes back to how you started the story. Instead of sitting there with your feelings and dealing with what's going on in here, people would rather just
go get high, drink,
go out,
go have sex, porn, video games, food, toxic relationships. Let me go hit up my toxic ex. Like, yeah, let me go back. That's what happens when we don't do the inner work. When 100%. We don't create the best version of us, we're going to go out and seek temporary pleasure. Because right now I'm vibrating this weekend is even like, I feel like my vibrational energy was high before, but this weekend I feel like a quantum leap, like a huge, like, vibrational timeline, like in my coaching, in my own self-love and the mastery of literally this weekend being in this room was just fucking mind blowing. Like, I felt I could be really fucking big for once. Like, I really felt in this room, like, watching what a big game everyone was playing in this world. Like, them just being such big people. Like, I really felt like there's, like, I have permission. I've never been in rooms with people that were above me. So I've always had to, like, be in rooms where I kind of downplayed, because if I really showed up big, everyone in the room's going to get intimidated and be like, oh, like, I don't like her. So I always tend to just kind of blend in. But I was in a room with other badass motherfuckers that were like, I'm the fucking top. I'm the fucking top. No, I'm the motherfucking top. Hey, we're all the fucking top. There's room for everyone to be. You should be your best version. You should walk into a room saying, I'm the motherfucking baddest. I always think that. I've never really said it before because it was just an energy I held. But now I'm like, I'm allowed to say that. 100%. Like, I'm going to say the way I've energetically always walked in a room like that. But now I'm like, why can't I fucking say that? I am the motherfucking baddest. If you don't believe you're the baddest, I wouldn't want to hang out with you.
100%.
Like, I want to walk into, so it's not a competition thing with other women. Like, oh, I want to be the baddest. I am the baddest. And guess what? I want to walk into a room with other women that are the baddest. I want a room of the baddest. That we're all the motherfucking baddest. It's not, I'm going to walk in and all these bitches ain't shit. It's not like that. I'm walking in because I know the fucking value I hold and the inner work I've done. And I know what I'm offering when I walk in that room. I'm walking into a room looking, how can I add value to this room? I'm not walking in, how can I take? How can my energy come in and add value to his life, to her life, to your life? I'm not like, oh, what can you do for me? Or, oh, I'm doing shit. Like, what do you, like, you come. Like, that's not the way. So I hope other women in that room I walk in think the same shit. I hope you think you're the baddest, because I'm gonna want to sit next to you and be your friend. You're the baddest, bitch. So am I. What's up? Like, let's go to lunch. Let's go to dinner. I want to hang out with you. Let's do a podcast together. Let's make a podcast. Let's make a show. Like, I want to work with other women that believe they're the fucking baddest. You mean, like, awesome. Let's collaborate. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't operate like that. They're very timid. They play small. They don't want to be seen. But this weekend was just fuck. My God.
A long time ago, I took a training, and one of the trainers said something to me that was crazy, because he would catch me, like he would get a taste of kind of like what I was about, but I wouldn't do it all the time. I'd like show him, and then I'd
pull back,
and then be like, but it's, whatever. So during one of the breaks, he pulled me aside and he said, Nelson, I know what you're doing. You think if you shine your light, in front of everybody, you're gonna make everybody else look bad. What you don't understand is you're dimming your light, so no one else shines theirs. You got to shine your light so you could show other people how bright they can shine their own light. And I said, man, that's crazy.
You know what? That's the perfect way I'm going to explain this weekend. Watching them shine their light gave me permission to
shine yours?
really, like, I'm going to fucking blind motherfuckers now. 2024 ain't ready for me.
For sure.
Like Deanne 10.0. Sheesh.
That's awesome.
There'd be a lot of mad motherfuckers out there.
Deanne, thank you so much for coming.
Yes,
Can you
thank
believe
you.
it's been an hour and a half? It's crazy. It's awesome.
Okay.
Time flies, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for coming. I know you were on vacation here. This was really cool having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Usually I wrap up the podcast asking 3 questions.
Okay.
So, question number 1, what inspires you?
Love.
That's awesome. Unconditional love.
Yeah. The power of love. Yeah. Love. Just love. Love is so powerful. Love can transform the brokest person, the meanest person, the most selfish person. Love is the only medicine that will heal, that can break through any fucking wall that anyone ever has in their life.
So last year I got out of prison in May. And when my mom came to visit me in prison, that was probably like the lowest point in my life. I felt so ashamed. And my mom having to come out of all, from, she lives in Louisiana, having to come to Florida to come see me. She brought my niece. My niece was 7 at the time. My niece obviously just doesn't understand prison or any of that stuff.
They don't.
So my mom, I walk in the room and my mom is with my niece and she's like, hey, go say hi to your uncle. My niece runs, sprints, and just jumps on me.
Aww.
And that was the first time in my life I really understood what unconditional love was. This kid is going to love me no matter what. Like, I could fuck up really bad. I could go through really, really, really bad shit, make bad choices, think the worst of myself. And in spite of all that, that kid is going to love me to the day I die. I was like, wow, man, that's what unconditional love is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, when you love on other people and people feel it, you can change the world.
It's my superpower.
For sure.
I'm a lover. Like, I just love people. Like, I love to love. Like, I want to just love everyone to death. Like, just squeeze you. Like, I just love so deeply. And I feel love so deeply.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, like,
the world needs love.
Give it
You know
to
what I mean?
everybody.
Definitely. We could use a few more DNs.
Yeah.
So, second question.
Yes.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? Okay, so February 17th, Los Angeles, California, we have my Manifest Mastermind, where I'm going to be teaching the energetics, the actual science behind the law of attraction, behind manifesting.
Dope. That's super
because there's an actual frequency, a millihertz, that your body has to be in order to attract all of your biggest desires. So also during the time, I'm also going to have everybody make a vision board for 2024 of everything that they want to manifest. So we're going to teach them how it works. And then I'm going to teach them a blueprint of how to keep it there. Right. And then I'm like, well, what do you fucking want? Because everything, whatever you focus on, you attract. Thoughts become things. So we're going to create a tool. I have a beautiful toolbox of all the most amazing life tools in the world. One of them is a vision board. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to have everybody put their vision board for 2024. So that's what's next for me. And I also have one-on-one coaching that I'm available. I'm available for one-on-one coaching for anyone that wants the exact blueprint on how to get to their next level. If you are an ex-drug, or if you're an addict, an alcoholic, if you're in the adult industry, no matter what you are, if you're the rebel, if you're the black sheep, if you're the motherfucking underdog, and you want to learn how to rebirth and how to rebrand yourself, and you want to learn to walk into the room like just owning it with your past and being like, my past doesn't define me. You need me to coach you.
Awesome.
I'm the coach to rebirth you, to rebrand. Yeah.
And Deanne, last question.
Yes.
How do you want to be remembered when you're no longer here?
As Mama D, the woman that just loved everyone. Mama D just loved us. Mama D loved me to death. Yeah. I want to be known as the person that loved them to death.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, guys. That was another episode of Montana Method Podcast. Signing out. Nelson Rodriguez, special guest Deanne Munoz. Push it to the limit. The world is yours. If you're not chasing a dream, life is meaningless, guys. See you on the next one. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. I promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags.